It's 6 digits.
What's up, fam? Welcome to another episode of Six Figures to Bigger Figures. Now, first, let me apologize for my absence. It is tax season, and your boy is getting worked, which is technically a good thing. Means business is booming. But it also means that I haven't been recording like I wanted to. Okay? So let me apologize for that. But I want to remind you, just like that cat that's in your house when you're sleeping, I'm always watching. So I'm seeing what's going on. I know you're seeing what's going on. I know what you're hearing what's happening. And I've been thinking about you guys. In fact, I have friends, family, and clients asking me, hey, what's your take on this whole deal? You know, what's my perspective on cryptocurrencies? So especially with what's going on here with these altcoins, I think it was appropriate that I talk about it. Okay? Just give you my perspective. So let's go. Let's talk about cryptocurrency.
It's 6 digits.
All right. So just to get it out of the way, right? Let's start with this. I bang with cryptocurrency. Okay? Not super heavy, but heavy enough. So I bang with it. Okay? In fact, I'll go as far as I'll say this. Cryptocurrency should be a staple in your diverse portfolio of assets. I'll go that far and say that. Okay? It's more than about that time. All right? And now there are two currencies that I really bang with. And I'll talk about those two and why I bang with those currencies. And it's boring, kind of like me. You know, accountant swag, nice and boring, how I like it. The first is Bitcoin, for obvious reasons, right? That's the OG. This is the coin that started it all. It's the most tenured coin, which is a big deal, which is important, which means it's the most trusted coin by institutions, individuals, etc. Okay? Now, this coin has gone through maybe 2 financial crises. That's a big deal, right? There have been many businesses, stocks, companies, whomever, that did not survive that, okay? But this phenomenon, this asset classification, however you want to call it, did, okay? And that means a lot for those persons who have what I call a money problem. And by money problem, I don't mean, you know, the money problems that you and I may have gone through in the past, right? Or maybe you're currently going through it right now. I'm talking about money problems where these people have too much money that they don't know what to do with it. Those kind of money problems. Those are the money problems that I want. Amen. Right? So there are people who have buttloads of cash and they're concerned. The concern is, hey, we're, as a government, we're spending a lot of money. We're cutting a lot of checks. What is going to happen to the value of our currency? Is it going to get devalued, right? What's going to happen with inflation? Are we going to have negative rates, right? And if you're sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars, you don't want that cash sitting down. You want it in a vehicle that's secure, a vehicle that not only is going to hold its value, but is going to appreciate. Something that's not going to be impacted by politics, somewhat resistant to the economy, resistant to inflation, and something that's diverse from everything else that can be impacted by those items I just mentioned, right? That used to be gold, but here comes Bitcoin. You know, as I said, it's proven itself. And now there are many people who have already taken that step I can't even say they're looking towards it as making that step. It's already there. Okay. And we also have businesses doing this. You've seen Tesla invest billions of dollars. Kathy Wood, Auntie Kathy. You've seen her and ARK Invest and how bullish they are on Bitcoin. Chase, I think their actual countries who are now betting the entire economy and the entire value system on Bitcoin, right? And one thing I want you guys to remember, do not underestimate when big money moves, okay? Big money does not move without knowing something, without doing research, or without having the resources to know something is coming in the future that the masses do not know, okay? That sounds very convoluted, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Big money does not move just for any reason. So when you see big money moving, you got to pay attention. So for all those reasons, I feel that Bitcoin is definitely a currency you need to invest in, okay? Now for some people, you're probably saying, duh, but you know, good for you. These are for the people who are slow movers, right? Maybe waiting for that green light. And if you trust me with that, thank you for that. I would say it's a green light on this one. Now, the other thing with Bitcoin that's important is that there's a finite number of coins remaining to be mined. Okay, so at some point in time, they won't be able to mine any more Bitcoin. It's a big deal, right? Supply and demand, right? When supply is low, demand is high, and it's up, so and vice versa, right? So there's this whole idea of that economic dynamic of at some point there'll be no more Bitcoin to be mined, kind of like gold. And in that sense, Bitcoin has transformed into virtual currency version of gold, right? They're looking at this thing as this precious, can't call it metal, this precious currency, virtual currency that's been here, the first to be here, the Godfather. It's shown it's stable. So we're going to anoint this as the goal of cryptocurrency, and that's what's happening. It is not going anywhere. So I am long on Bitcoin, and you should be too, okay? Now, the other cryptocurrency you need to pay attention to is ETH, or Ethereum, okay? Now, for my seasoned cryptocurrency people, this is probably another resounding duh. I'm gonna ask you to keep it down a bit. You know, you're disturbing everyone, okay? Now, one of the biggest advantages of cryptocurrencies in general is the security of blockchain technology, right? It's decentralized, you have multiple ledgers across millions of nodes or computers within the network that validate each transaction by sharing that transaction with each other, right? And validating it with each other. So if there's any type of discrepancy, that transaction gets rejected, okay? Bitcoin does this, of course, and this is why the value of your Bitcoin, of your currency, or these cryptocurrencies, it's secure in that sense, meaning it's difficult for someone to steal it, right? It's difficult for someone to say they sent you money when they didn't, or take money that they're not supposed to have in this currency. Very difficult. Dare I say almost impossible, right? Ethereum takes this a step further by allowing smart contracts and applications to be built on this platform. So it makes the currency smarter. Think rights to memes, rights to music, digital artwork, content, right? You can build applications on this platform of Ethereum, and now you can exchange that data or exchange that special content for Ethereum currency. And now that it's on this platform, and because it's smart, there's assurance that anytime this item is used, you will be credited for it. Okay? So think about my man with the meme. All right? Think about a scenario where anytime that meme is used, he gets a little bit, or he gets paid for it. That's possible on this platform. Music rights. Anytime a song is played, anytime music is played across the web or on a specific application, right? An artist gets paid. Our artist gets ownership of that music, and there's no need for a big giant corporation, which is already happening as it is in the music industry, right? And we're already starting to see some of this stuff happening with what they call NFTs, and non-fungible tokens, right? Jack Dorsey sold his first tweet as a non-fungible token for 2.9 million. In fact, well, he bought it for the equivalent in Ether, which is not only the that make your soul burn slow, but it's also the name of this currency, ETH or Ethereum, right? So it's already happening. This is definitely a long-term hold because we're just scratching the surface of this. We saw Jack Dorsey also invested in Tidal, right? It's not a coincidence, right? I think we're going to start seeing some changes, more changes for artists, music, rights to music, rights to memes, the whole nine, right? This is something that definitely a long-term hold. Then there are numerous altcoins out there, right? Altcoins. I mean, thousands. Literally too numerous to mention. And that brings me to Dogecoin. All right. Now, I said a couple months back that this currency is a joke. And I wasn't speaking hyperbole. It literally was started as a joke. Okay, that's how the currency started. And for that reason alone, I said, hey, guys, you should stay away. Now, there are numerous of you out here who have responded with, I'm laughing all the way to the bank, which is a fire response and one that I'll take. Now, here's the thing. Have I changed my position on Dogecoin? No. But I like the fact that you're winning. I'm not a hater, okay? And I can be wrong too. But this thing is not over, okay? So there's a lot of volatility and there's a lot of people who have won. Now there's a lot of people on the sidelines because now FOMO is kicking in. Don't underestimate the psychology of investing or the psychology of trading. A lot of you are sitting on the sideline and you're wondering if you should jump in. My position is that you should not. All right. Now, if you have already and you've 15x your money and you intend to put this money into this coin, let me tell you right now my advice. Okay. Again, anytime you're dealing with an investment or something that you're going to trade in, you need to understand the catalyst as to why this thing is so valuable, why it's performing the way it has been performing or will perform the way you expect it to perform. And the catalyst for Dogecoin is just retail speculation, right? Kind of some of that same Reddit energy, GME energy, Diamond Hand energy, gang, and I see you. But you're already dealing with a volatile investment or trading vehicle with cryptocurrency as it is. It's very volatile. Altcoins are even more volatile. The changes are violent, they're fast, there's no closing, right? The stock market closes. This thing does not close. It's worldwide. You gotta be very careful. And I mean that. So while you're here winning and laughing to the bank with this joke, here's my advice to you. I have two pieces of advice. First, get familiar with taking profits. Take profits. I'm going to say it one more time. Take profits. Here's why you shouldn't take profits. One, it protects yourself, right? So it's a hedge, risk management. You have an opportunity to take back your investment, your original investment, or even that and some. So whatever is still within this currency is now like house money, it's play money, right? You don't have to worry about it per se as much as you need it to. If it drops lower, you can buy more, right? If it goes higher, you look for that new support level, right? This is where charting becomes important. Your support level versus your resistance levels. It could be a new support level, or it could be it could be a higher one or a lower one, right? You find what that is, and then you choose a point to get back into this coin, this altcoin, whatever it is, right? But it's a smart thing to do because you're hedging your risk, right? You're not keeping all your eggs in one basket. So for example, I'll say this, right? Let's say we're dealing with $100. You put $100 in Dogecoin, and you 10x your money. Shout out to Uncle G. You 10x. Good for you. What you should do is take that $100 back out, or maybe take $200 out, right? Now the value of that went to 1,000. Now you took out 200. Your value is at 800. And now you've realized the doubling of your money. So the rest of it, you can just leave it in there. And again, you're just playing with house money, right? You can just live life, right? Or continue to take the run. Or if it drops, use some of that money that's on the sidelines and put it back in. Or if it crashes and it completely gets wasted, Grand Theft Auto style, then you at least secured your profits and you've doubled your money, at least, right? That's the idea here. The second thing is taxes. All right? The IRS is watching. Did you hear that? No matter what, remember your tax implications. Okay? Just to let you know, the government does not see cryptocurrency as currency. They see it as property. So anytime you exchange that property, this is going to be a taxable event. Okay? So if you have Ethereum and you bought Dogecoin, you bought Cardano or whatever, or you bought BTC, XRP, anytime you have an exchange of one asset for another, it's a taxable event, okay? So hopefully the brokerages or the exchanges that you're using, they're keeping track of all of this, because essentially you're gonna have to keep track of your basis, which is the cost, whatever it costs you. And let's say we're talking about in the US, because we are in America, your cost basis is going to be compared to the value of the currency that you purchased in USD. And the difference between your cost basis of what you originally purchased and what you just purchased is going to be either a gain or a loss, right? On the USD equivalent. Once you realize that gain or loss, or technically you have, then that becomes your new basis, whether it's lower or it's higher. And then you take that new currency, let's say you went from ETH to Dogecoin, and now you're going to take that Dogecoin and buy BTC. Same thing, different taxable event. What's our new basis in Dogecoin? What's the US value of this of Bitcoin? Is it higher? Is it lower than my basis? Tax event. Okay? Every single time. So have fun with that, right? So keep that in mind. How is it going to be enforced? I don't know. Maybe you're gonna connect with Ethereum and have some smart contracts and know every single transaction you're doing every single day, multiple times a day, and know exactly what taxes you're gonna have to pay. All right. Peace.
It's 6 digits.